Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the entrance of our official party. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Mbagwu.
Let us pray. Everlasting Father and Prince of Peace, I commend this day to you, for you have made it wonderful for these forgotten airmen to remember. Today they are the newest United States Air Force warriors. We thank you for their families and friends. We thank you for their military training instructors and staff for making them ready for enterprise. Bless them as they go forth to technical training. Give them courage to live with integrity and to serve our country selflessly with dignity, honor, and sacrifice. For our outgoing commander, Colonel Major Edmondson, we are proud of your leadership. You champion BMT in the lead, exuding integrity and excellence. You exercise good judgment and courage in your decisions, while embodying humility and candor in your daily interactions. May God continue to bless you, your husband Dave, and your children Callahan and Jacqueline. We wish you well in your new assignment. And for our incoming commander, Colonel William Fisher, we welcome you, your wife Jenny, and son Peter to Lackland. May God bless you as you assume the command of 737 Training Group. May God sustain you with wisdom and strength to accomplish the mission of training world-class airmen to fly, fight, and win. I pray in the name of the Almighty. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Mbagwu. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Welcome to the Basic Military Training graduation. We are honored to introduce our 37th Training Wing leadership, beginning with the host and reviewing official for today's ceremony, the Commander, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Brigadier General Trent Edwards, accompanied by his wife, Vanessa. The Vice Commander, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Colonel Kendra Matthews, her husband Walt, and daughter Julia. The Command Chief Master Sergeant, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant Lou Ori and his wife Mona. The Commander, Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Colonel Michelle Edmondson, accompanied by her husband Dave, son Callahan, and daughter Jacqueline. The Superintendent, Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant Richard Sutherland, and his wife Mary Lynn. We would also like to recognize some of our distinguished guests, beginning with the Honorable Greg Abbott, the Governor of Texas. The Commander, Air Education and Training Command, Joint Base San Antonio, Randolph, Texas, General Robin Rang. The Vice Commander, 24th Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Brigadier General Thomas Murphy and his wife, Carla. The Command Chief Master Sergeant, 67th Cyberspace Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant David Newman. We would also like to give a special introduction to the incoming commander, Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Colonel William Fisher, his wife Jane, son Peter, father, United States Air Force retired Colonel Joseph Fisher, his mother Sandra, and close friends, United States Air Force retired Colonel Luke Clausen, his wife Cheryl, and their daughter Caroline. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 37th Training Wing is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, the 37th Training Wing is honored today to have with us the Honorable Greg Abbott, the Governor of Texas. At this time, the Honorable Greg Abbott will make opening remarks.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to participate in this graduation ceremony. You know, America remains the greatest force for freedom the world has ever known. And that freedom has been preserved, protected, and defended by the mightiest military in the history of this world. You know, there is an arc in the story of America, and it bends toward freedom. From Valley Forge to Vicksburg, from the Civil War to civil rights, from the Cold War to the War on Terror, Americans always remember that freedom is worth fighting for. In times of war and in times of peace, heroes among us have stepped forward. We knew them first as sons and daughters, brothers and sisters. We thought them ordinary people until they put on the uniform of the United States Armed Forces. Well, as I look out here today, I see those heroes, men and women who willingly stand and serve, protecting us from all that threatens, asking for so little in return other than the respect for the freedom you defend. Well, with rigorous training completed, you leave here as motivated, disciplined warrior airmen, ready to serve in the world's greatest Air Force. I know that you will serve with excellence, honor, and character. And when your service is done, I hope you will consider making Texas your home. And to the families who stand by your side, who also serve in their own way, thank you for sharing the very best of America. On behalf of the First Lady of Texas, and on behalf of all of the people of this great state, I offer our deepest respect and our enduring gratitude. Congratulations. May God be with each and every one of you, and may God forever bless the United States of America.
Thank you, Governor Abbott. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Brigadier General Trent Edwards welcomes you to today's Change of Command ceremony and graduation parade. This morning, in a centuries-old tradition, the men and women of the 737 Training Group will observe a change of command in which the reins of responsibility and leadership will pass from Colonel Michelle Edmondson to Colonel William Fisher. From ancient times, armies throughout the world have conducted ceremonies to commemorate victory over the enemy, to honor comrades in arms, and to celebrate special occasions such as the change of command. History reveals that in the Middle Ages, it was not uncommon for the soldiers in the field to be unaware of who their commanders were and what they looked like. The formal change of command ceremony afforded the troops the opportunity to witness the proceedings and to actually see their commanders. The Continental Army of the United States conducted the first official change of command ceremony in America. This was the basis from which present-day ceremonies are derived. Today, the primary purpose of a change of command ceremony is to allow subordinates to witness the formality of command change from one officer to another. These ceremonies have added color and pageantry to military life while preserving tradition and stimulating esprit de corps. The airmen who will pass the review today have completed a demanding 7.5-week program that provides Air Force units throughout the world with trained airmen. Part of this training includes the time-proven concepts of military customs and traditions, of which this parade is a vital part. All graduating airmen will also march over the Enlisted Heroes Walk. They will lead the way for the thousands of airmen that will follow, all reflecting on our enlisted heritage, tradition of honor, and our legacy of valor. Our Commander of Airmen is Master Sergeant Raul Rosales, Instructor Supervisor, 322nd Training Squadron. General Edwards will review today's ceremony. 37th Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Subject, Honor Flight Streamer. The Honor Flight Streamer is awarded to the 320th Training Squadron, Flight 307, for their significant accomplishments demonstrating teamwork, excellence, and esprit de corps during the period of 13 April 2015 through 5 June 2015. Signed, Michelle Edmondson, Colonel, United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of Ruffles and Flourishes.
March the colors forward!
Thank you. Please be seated.
In your squadron, fire! Take your post. In your squadron, raise arms! Present, come!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the pledge of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated.
In your squadron, arms! Place your squadron, ready! Ready!
Ladies and gentlemen, General Edwards.
Good morning, everyone. It is a great day to be an American Airman. Governor Abbott, sir, thank you for your inspirational words, and thank you for attending today's change of command ceremony and graduation parade. Your support of our nation's military is vitally important, and we are honored of the mission we have right here in San Antonio, Texas, Military City, USA. Sir, it's an honor that you're spending some time with us. Thank you. Please, folks, join me in another round of applause for Governor Abbott. Joe Rand, sir, thank you for attending this very special day for the men and women of the 37th Training Wing. You are an exceptional leader and wingman. Your leadership and support for our MPIs, our MPLs, our first sergeants and commanders, our instructors, and our staff. Sir, we couldn't ask for a better AETC commander. Thank you for showing us the way. Thank you for leading the way. And thank you for keeping us the first class command. Thank you, General Rand. To the moms and dads and family members in the stands, thank you and welcome. Today you get to experience the time-honored military tradition as we change command of the 37th Training Group from Colonel Michelle Edmondson to Colonel Bill Fisher. The Colonel
that commands the 737 Training Group bears the overall responsibility for training your loved ones. It's an important job. I'd like to extend a special welcome and thanks to Colonel Edmondson's husband, Dave, their daughter, Jacqueline, and son, Callahan. Thank you for being here with us. To Colonel Fisher's mom and dad, Joe and Sandra Fisher, sir, thank you for gracing us with your presence. Mr. Fisher is a retired Air Force colonel, having served as a Strategic Air Command missileer. Sir, thank you for your service to the nation. I know you and Sandra are very proud of Bill and his family, and again, we're glad to have you here today on this special occasion. To all the colonels and commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, thank you for leading our airmen. Thanks to spouses, family members, and friends who support our American airmen. And most importantly, thank you to the men and women of the 37th Training Group. It is my distinct honor to preside at today's change of command ceremony. Today, we recognize two senior leaders who represent what military service is all about. Two leaders who represent the very best of our United States Air Force. First, a few words about Colonel Edmondson. For the past year, Colonel Edmondson has worked at a blistering pace as she led the 737 Training Group to new heights and accomplishments. She institutionalized key programs such as the deliberate development and professionalization of our MTI Corps. She ensured the modernization of basic military training through the construction of 5 airmen training complexes, 3 dining classroom facilities, and a Kingston BMT reception center, all valued at $471 million. She oversaw the reorganization of basic military training from 8.5 weeks to 7.5 weeks, and created a revolutionary capstone program known as Airman Week. Michelle, your guidance and mentorship were integral in the transformation of 33,000 civilians from trainees to American Airmen. You have led your organization with class, with pride, with passion, and with professionalism. You left the organization and your people better than you found it. You have made a huge difference across not only the 37th Training Wing, but our United States Air Force, and I thank you. And Michelle, while impressive, all those things I talked about, that's pretty impressive. But what it doesn't properly describe you and your character. In my opinion, Michelle, you represent our core values of integrity, service, and excellence. And the work you did behind the scenes and away from the stage, that's what I will remember most. All those long hours, the time away from the family, the support that you received from Dave and Jacqueline and Callahan as you committed every ounce of your ability into this job. And for that, Michelle, you've earned my respect. Thank you very much. Dave, thanks for supporting your wife, and Cal and Jacqueline, thanks for supporting your mom over these last 12 months. She's done a phenomenal job and something you can all be very proud of. You know, families serve too in our military. And so, Dave, thanks for being a great wingman for Michelle. You guys are an awesome Air Force family. Today is also a special day for Colonel Bill Fisher. Colonel Fisher, his wife Janie, and son Peter come to us from just across town at Randolph Air Force Base, where Bill was the Chief of Airman Assignments at the Air Force Personnel Center. There, he provided strategic guidance on enlisted assignments across the entire United States Air Force. In that job, he affected 260,000 enlisted personnel. Quite a job and quite an accomplishment. Bill is a personnel officer by trade, and he's commanded squadron stateside and in deployed environments. He's worked at the headquarters level at Air Mobility Command and the headquarters United States Air Force, where he worked in the Strategic Plans Division for manpower, personnel, and services. Bill was also assigned to the Secretary of Defense for Military Personnel Policy, where he assisted with developing the Department of Defense policies regarding recruiting, retention, compensation, and the entire spectrum of human resource management issues across the armed forces. He's been a Deputy Mission Support Group Commander at Osan Air Base in the Republic of Korea. Bill, there is no higher honor for an officer than to be handpicked for a position of this magnitude. Bill, you were a first-round draft pick, and we're glad we had you. As Colonel Edmondson has done so superbly, it will become your responsibility to continue the legacy of honor, excellence, and innovation as you lead the 737 Training Group in its next chapter of history. I, along with the 737 leadership team, look forward to serving with you, and Vanessa and I personally look forward to getting to know you and Jamie and Peter. As your wing commander, I charge you to lead from the front with pride, passion, professionalism, to take care of your airmen and their families and push the mission forward. Congratulations and welcome to the 37th Training Wing at the gateway to the Air Force.
Thank you, General Edwards. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Edmondson.
Again, good morning and welcome to all of our distinguished visitors. Governor Abbott, it truly is a pleasure to have you here. General Rand, thank you for taking the time. General and Mrs. Murphy, General and Mrs. Edwards, Colonel Matthews and Mr. Clark, Team BMT, family and friends, and all of the guests with us this morning, thank you for joining us. I promise I will be brief. I am keenly aware of the fact that we are standing between 4,000 family members and their loved ones out in the parade field, so we'll be short this morning. To start, General Rand, thank you. You trusted me to lead Air Force basic military training, and I will be extremely grateful to you for this amazing opportunity. Without a doubt, leading our Air Force's MTIs has been the honor of my career, and touching the lives of 33,000 airmen has been the most rewarding thing I've ever done. Thank you so much. To Brigadier General Edwards and Colonel Matthews, thank you for your leadership, and thank you for letting me do my job. You entrusted me to lead basic military training and execute our collective vision. I couldn't be more grateful than the trust and the trust that you gave me for the team. Thank you so much. To my front office team, to my wingman Chief Sutherland, to my Deputy Lieutenant Colonel Fuller, Captain Parka, Miss Martha, Dr. Monroe, and everybody, thank you for all of the amazing support that you gave me. To my squadron commanders, you are an incredible group of 8 phenomenal leaders. And General Rand and General Edwards, I assure you that basic military training is in a great place because of this phenomenal team of squadron commanders. To all of my BMT chiefs, superintendents, first sergeants, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for all of your wise counsel and your dedication to this great mission. No one will ever truly understand all you give day in, day out to grow the future of our Air Force. Thank you so much. Fellow commanders, dear friends, Vanessa, Walt, Mona, the trifecta of support for this organization, and all of the friends, the neighborhood, thank you for all of the support you've given Dave and I over the last year. It has been a wonderful experience, and it truly has been a family within the wing and within Team Lackland. So thank you for all of your support. To Dave and the kids, they've been incredibly supportive and resilient the last year. Dave has taken on pretty much every responsibility in keeping the household running. Kelly and Jacqueline have been troopers, and I can't wait to take a few weeks off to spend a few weeks just being mom and hanging out with my kids before we embark on the next leg of our Air Force journey. To Team BMT, to sum it up, I would simply have to say that even after a year in this job, I'm still totally amazed every single day by what you do. Whether it's leading flights on the line, running the schedule to keep this incredibly well-oiled machine firing on all cylinders, processing 700 new airmen every Tuesday night, rotating them all to the gas chamber and DC suite, shipping them out every Sunday night, or transitioning them all to the new Airman Police Squadron every Monday morning. You all make it look easy, and I now know it is not. Thank you for all that you give and everything you do to keep this organization running. To the MCI Corps. A year ago, I was in awe of the campaign hat that you wear. Today, I stand here in awe of the amazing NCOs and senior NCOs that you are, and how your professionalism, dedication, and passion for training our airmen are actually what truly defines the meaning of the campaign hat that you wear. You alone set the standard and build the foundation for every single airman you train. And as a result, you're exactly the kind of professional airman that these airmen aspire to be. It has truly been a humbling experience to be part of the finest MTI Corps our Air Force has ever known. I thank you for your leadership. Over the past year, not only have you produced 33,000 new airmen, but you also transitioned BMT from an 8.5-week program to a 7.5-week program. You surged the pipeline to put an additional 3,000 airmen in our Air Force. You brought our Air Force's Airmen's Week online to execute the Chief of Staff of the Air Force's vision. And you flawlessly executed the largest parade our Air Force has seen in nearly 40 years. You can truly understand the magnitude of what we have asked you to do, but I assure you, I could not be more proud to have been a part of this team and everything you have accomplished. So to Colonel Fisher, it is with great pride in the great men and women of the 737 Training Group that I pass the flag to you today. This is an amazing organization with an incredibly rewarding mission, and I assure you, you've got a world-class team to help you get it done. Dave and I wish you and Jamie and Peter the best, and I have no doubt you will too find this the highlight of your Air Force career. Congratulations, Jill. Thank you, BMT.
Thank you, Colonel Edmondson. General Edwards will now officiate the change of command, as command of the 737 Training Group is formally passed from Colonel Edmondson to Colonel Fisher. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the publication of orders.
Publish the order!
Department of the Air Force, Headquarters, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Special Order Number G-1534, dated 2 June 2015, under the provisions of Air Force Instruction 51-604 and effective 5 June 2015. Colonel Michelle Edmondson relinquishes command of the 737 Training Group, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, and effective 5 June 2015, Colonel William Fisher assumes command of the 737 Training Group, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, by order of the Commander, 37th Training Wing, Brigadier General Trent Edwards.
Sir, I assume command. Post. Post.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander, 737 Train Group, Colonel William Fisher.
Well, good morning. Governor Abbott, General Rand, General and Mrs. Edwards, and General and Mrs. Murphy. Fellow senior leaders, honored guests, family and friends of our newest airmen, and especially the men and women of the 737th Training Group, thank you so much for attending today's ceremony. General Edwards, I am honored to join your wing, and I am humbled by the trust you have placed in me. I will lead based on our core values of integrity, service, and excellence, with an unwavering focus on providing the Air Force with quality airmen. All of my efforts will be directed towards providing a training environment that instills those core values throughout our organization, so our newest airmen are prepared to serve our nation. To the men and women of the 737th Training Group, I am excited to join your mission. Our nation's sword and shield starts here. Together, we will ensure our graduates have the foundation for the follow-on training that builds the centuries and adventures for our nation's interests at home and abroad. And an advanced word of thanks to our military training instructors. Your dedication and sacrifice to produce our airmen is impressive. My goal is to provide you the leadership and resources you need to ensure a safe and professional training environment. Colonel Edmondson, thank you for your leadership. You have made basic military training a better place. I hope to continue your passion and dedication for professional and results-driven training. I am grateful for your hospitality and insight. But most importantly, to my wife Jane and son Peter, you are the reason I am here today. Thank you for making our family and the Air Force family one and the same. And speaking of family, for our newest airmen and their visiting family and friends, your family has just gotten much larger. You are now part of a tradition of honor and a legacy of valor like no other. It is a family based on trust and loyalty that will support you and make you strong. We are relying on you to help make that Air Force family better and stronger for the challenges ahead. Our nation is counting on you. So ladies and gentlemen, let there be no doubt, our nation's air, space, and cyber power starts here at the Gateway Wing. It is a responsibility and distinction like no other. It is a mission I am honored to be a part of. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Colonel Fisher. For today's parade, Brigadier General Edwards will defer the reviewing officials' honors for the graduating airmen to Colonel Edmondson on the occasion of her change of command.
March the command and review.
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating airmen passing review today represent a portion of the 33,000 recruits who will complete basic military training this year. The 737 training group provides all recruits the essential military training to become motivated members of the enlisted corps of the greatest air force in the world. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the airmen. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Air Force. All warrior airmen of character have participated in a rigorous competition for the coveted award of Honor Flight, a significant accomplishment which only one flight per graduating class is able to achieve. Honor Flight can only be awarded to a flight that achieved excellence in all facets of basic military training. Today, Flight 307 from the 320th Training Squadron is recognized as the Honor Flight for this graduating class. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb run to pass and review, they will march over the Enlisted Heroes Wall. The airmen recognized on the papers have been awarded our nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States Air Force in armed conflict, including present-day operations in Afghanistan. They include 7 Medals of Honor, 25 Air Force Crosses, and 171 Silver Stars awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all airmen to execute their duties courageously and with honor in their service to this great nation. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by the 737th Training Group Drum and Bugle Corps, 322nd Training Squadron, flights B317 and B318. These flights are performing today under the direction of Technical Sergeant David Evans, hometown Alpine, Texas. These trainings are also in basic military training, but have been hand-selected to perform for ceremonies of this type. We would like for you to notice our national, state, and territorial flags. As these flags pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flag. Once the flags have passed in review, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all of our guests the opportunity to view the flags as they pass in review. Our Commander of Airmen is Master Sergeant Raul Rosales, Instructor Supervisor, 326th Training Squadron, hometown, Brooklyn, New York. The Drum and Bugle Corps, flights B317 and B318 from the 326th Training Squadron, led by Master Sergeant Leah Bernhardt, hometown, Reading, Massachusetts, and Technical Sergeant Cynthia Durden, hometown, Columbus, Georgia. Flight 298 for the 321st Training Squadron, led by Technical Rear. Hometown, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Order Flight 299 from the 331st Training Squad, led by Technical Sergeant LaShaylin Pittman, hometown, Atlanta, Georgia. Flight 300 from the 331st Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Christopher Seal, hometown, San Juan, Puerto Rico. The flight selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags are from the 322nd Training Squadron, Flight 303 and Flight 304, led by Technical Sergeant Nikisha Lewis, hometown, Augusta, Georgia, and Technical Sergeant Catherine Paul, hometown, Chicago, Illinois. The lead squadron commander is Staff Sergeant Joshua Lipp, military training instructor, 326 Training Squadron, hometown, and Pendleton, California. Flight 301 from the 323rd Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Renee Riola, hometown, San Antonio, Texas. 302 from the 323rd Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Kyle Eckert, hometown, Emporium, Pennsylvania. Flight 305 from the 321st Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Christopher Anderson, hometown, Springfield, Missouri. Order Flight 306 from the 321st Training Squadron, led by Staff Sergeant Christine Johnson, hometown, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Honor Flight 307 from the 320th Training Squadron, led by Master Sergeant Jonathan Muller, hometown, Garland, Texas. Flight 308 from the 320th Training Squadron, led by Master Sergeant Lisa Lindenbooth, hometown, Harvey's Point, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, now approaching the reviewing stand is the backbone of the basic military training mission, the military training instructors of the 737th Training Group. These men and women are being led by Master Sergeant Nicholas Urdiales, Training Superintendent, 323rd Training Squadron, hometown, Oakland, California. We salute you and thank you for your outstanding leadership and dedication to military training instructors and basic military training. It has been an honor to serve with you, and we bid you a fond farewell. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the United States Air Force song. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Over the last 7.5 weeks, the Airmen before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warrior airmen with the foundation to serve in the world's greatest Air Force. Once these airmen leave basic military training, they will attend technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of over 130 Air Force specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of over 84 Air Force bases around the world and work directly with our sister services. As these airmen move forward on technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to be highly productive members of the Air Force. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in an expeditionary environment while maintaining home state readiness. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the U.S. military, and an even smaller percentage in the United States Air Force. You should be proud of their accomplishments thus far. The airmen before you have reached a milestone in their Air Force journey and will require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors. These airmen are the future of our Air Force, and they will pave the way for future generations of airmen as we continue to fly, fight, and win. take a moment to congratulate all of our squadron honor graduates as well as their families. Basic military training honor graduates distinguished themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all airmen graduating in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service before self, and sustained excellence these airmen displayed throughout basic military training earned them this outstanding distinction. As the airmen march forward for the oath of enlistment, we would like to thank the families and friends who are here in support of the airmen graduating today. Your words of encouragement helped motivate these airmen through 7.5 weeks of basic military training. On behalf of the United States Air Force and Air Force basic military training, we extend our thanks to the many families and friends of America's airmen for the support of your airmen and the greatest air power the world has ever known. Colonel Edmondson will now come forward and address our graduated airmen.
Good morning, Airmen! Good morning. Good morning, ma'am! I'll try it again. Good morning, Airmen! Good morning, ma'am! What do you think about it now? Let me extend a special thanks to a few more groups of people. To all the veterans in the audience, can you please stand so we can say thank you for what you have done? Thank you for all you have given and the legacy that you have built. We, basic military training, aspire to make you proud of your legacy standing before you this morning. So thank you for all you've done. To the friends and family, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for all the support that you have given. Thank you for all that you did for every single individual airman standing on this parade field before you entrusted basic military training to make them airmen. Thank you for everything. They value your support, and they'll need much more support as they continue on the next leg of their journey. To the MTI Corps, can you please stand one last time so I can say thank you? The most professional, dedicated NCOs and senior NCOs in our Air Force. And you do personally weave a long line of airmen who embody your personal and professional values and standards. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you. To our graduating airmen, you did it! Just 7.5 short weeks ago, you came to Lackland. We took all of your worldly possessions, locked them up, shaved your head, issued you a uniform, and said, go figure it out, you're not special anymore. Today I have a secret. You are special. You've chosen to do what fewer than 1% of American citizens will choose to do. You've chosen to raise your right hand and take an oath to defend your country. We're proud of you, your families are proud of you, and your nation is incredibly proud of you. So I want you to take a minute and take a deep breath and soak this in. Remember the feeling of marching down this bomb line. Think of all that had come before you. Remember the feeling when your MTI handed you your dog tags after you completed the piece. Remember the feeling yesterday morning when you made that turn and entered the stadium for the Airmen's Run and 4,000 family members were cheering you on. And remember how it felt to get that airman's coin and be called airman for the first time. Take that feeling with you remember how hard you worked for all that you have achieved. You are ready. Your MTIs have assured me you are ready. And your MTIs have built a compass inside each and every one of you that will guide you through the rest of your career. So when you struggle, reach deep inside and think about all those conversations and the time your MTIs invested in their own time. And think, what will my MTI do? And you will find your answer. So I assure you, you are ready. And as you leave basic military training, I ask just three things of you. Go be the best airman you can be. Go be the best wingman you can be. Take care of each other. We're all family. Remember to invest yourself in your wingman. And then go make our great Air Force even better than it is today. So I have just one last question. Are you ready to join the ranks of the world's greatest airmen? I think they're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Colonel Edmondson will now administer the oath of enlistment.
U.S. flag down!
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, General
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
I will obey the orders of the President of the United States
I will obey the orders of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers appointed over me,
and the orders of the officers appointed over me,
according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Airmen. Welcome to the world's greatest Air Force.
Thank you, Colonel Edmondson. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as our newest airmen recite the Airman's Creed and remain in place for the departure of our official party. I am an American airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American airman, guardian of freedom and justice. My nation's sword and shield, its century of adventure. I defend my country with my life. I am an American airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave anyone behind. I will never falter.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Right turn! On!
As you move from your left to your right,